And it is time again for a little bit of Unity editing. So what we're going to do is follow this guy's advice. His name is Dibiani. And that was January 2015. It's been quite a while. But we assume the process is going to be the same. What we're trying to do is we are going to make a, as you can see, the game looks like this currently, but we need to render the user interface before everything else. Oh, we have no lighting in the scene, that's why the ground looks so black. But we have to render the thing in front of everything, and we wanted world space, so we can just simply turn this around as an animation. So that is the animation. Then whoop, turn this out of the way, and then the character is going to walk in every time you click the button there that you cannot see. Age up, because this is the character creation process, is going to be a mini game in and of itself. So how do we achieve this? We follow the dude's advice, and for that reason, I wonder if we can do the camera, just undo what we did there. Maybe. Good. So we're undoing everything we did there off stream. And this is all world space, screen space, skybox. What do we do there? Screen space, camera. So we want this to be actually world space, right? Not sure. Anyway, we're going to copy the camera like the guy says. And we're going to remove the listener. Going to be removing him. Everything that we put there. We're using this as a God object, which is fine just to see results. In the end, we can compartmentalize our code and all the functionality a little bit better, probably. Or we just leave it like that and then don't know where everything is. We're gonna see. Now, the UI camera needs to be... wait, this needs to be world space, yes. UI camera, they say have the main camera be parented to the UI camera or the other way around. Yeah, that's the thing. Put your UI on a layer called UI. Oh, that is also quite reasonable. Canvas layer, oh, we have this. We have this done already. Good. But this has been years since we worked on this. I think 4 years. I have no idea. We did this back then. Duplicate your main camera and call it UI camera. Parent your UI camera to the main camera. Parent your UI camera to the main camera. So the main camera is here, and the UI camera is parent your UI camera. Which one is the parent? I don't get it. Parent your UI camera to the main camera. Parent to means be a child, I think. Of. Be a child of, parent to. I don't know, parent UI camera to main camera could also mean that the UI camera is now the parent of the main camera. We don't know. Remove script side camera, control post effects and audio distance from the UI camera. We did this. In the main camera, culling mask, turn off UI. In the main camera, culling mask. Do we have culling mask? Tag. Layer. Culling mask. Turn off UI. Alright. You're not going to render the UI, please. That is just for the UI camera. And the UI camera is going to do only the UI. Can we right click? No, we can't. Good. Just UI. Also, I don't know. Just UI? Ignore raycast? Ignore raycast is probably important. Because it's further away. It might block things. So we're going to ignore the raycast. Wait, this is layers. Ignore raycast layer. No, this is a layer. The layer is called ignore raycast, which is a horrible name. We could change this. Except we can't. It's hard to code it into the Unity engine. Oops. Right. So parent. So we really want this to be parented to that. Do we? Actually, we don't. Actually, we don't want this. Why is this? We don't want this, man. We want the canvas parented to the UI camera. That's what we want. I don't know why he assumes this is what we want. In the UI, get rid of everything but UI. In the UI camera, change clear flags to depth only. Now, these are the tricks that we don't know about. Depth, clear flags, depth only. This is the tricks we don't know about. We don't know what this means. I'm just gonna follow his guide here. Clear flags to depth only. In the UI camera, change the depth to something higher than the value on your main camera. Well, that is reasonable. Depth is on top, and the main camera has a depth -1. Doesn't matter. Good, and then still we see. Not sure if this already is. No reference options such as a label text CS11. We're not grabbing the things correctly because we don't know what the canvas is. Because the canvas was before possibly parented to the main camera, we think. Good. Where is actually the God script? God is a great character. How this doesn't do anything yet. Camera main computer get UI control label text. Why? Get component text. Why is this not working? Camera main, because it doesn't think the main camera is the camera, is the problem. It thinks the UI camera is the main camera. Why? Is there a check you can check? Or is this just the first one in the list? This could be. Let's put the main camera on top. And see if it works now, just out of curiosity. No. So it is confused as to what is the main camera. This makes us so tired. It's unbelievable how tired this makes us. In the UI camera, change it to in your canvas, set the event camera to the UI camera. I think we have done this. In the canvas, we have not done it. Alright. Good, and still we have this issue of the game not knowing what the main camera is. It grabs the wrong camera, that's the problem. For some reason, it doesn't like our old camera as main camera anymore. Let's read the documentation because that's fun. Where is my grabber here? Unity camera main AP. The first enabled camera component that is tagged main camera. We haven't found the frickin' tag. Oh, here it is. Alright. Good. So this is that now. And as you can see, everything works nicely. And if we were to move the canvas, and we're moving it in-game now, we're moving it like this, then in the game, it has moved. So it works. Lesson over. Thank you for watching. No, just kidding. 10 minutes? Oh dear. Oh dear. Time is not passing. Let's get something to drink because we're falling asleep. Hold on. Alright, so when we press this, oh no, the animations are broken now. That's interesting. The animations are completely broken. But it's not supposed to animate when it has moved like that. Let's put this to 0. And then it go back. It can go back where it was before. Because it's animated in 3D space now. Interesting. Let's do it again. Open item tool, item rags. H up. So we click the H up button, and then it animates out. Is that our go? Also, what we want to do is how can we move the pivot point of something? Pivot. It says pivot there. So that seems reasonable that we can move it there. But it's funny, this is a rect transform, which means it is not 3-dimensional. So we cannot move the pivot out, which is alright, we don't need it to move out. X and Y, Y is this and X is that. Y is vertical, X is horizontal. So if we do the X on the 1, oh, what the heck is this? It's not moving. Is not moving for some reason. It does not work as intended. We want the pivot here. And this is not working. Now, of course, you can parent it to an object that is over there and then pivot the object. That's probably what we're gonna do. Which we don't want to do. The UI camera, if you move the UI camera, everything will move, so that's cool. That's extremely cool. But is it not extremely unnecessary? Why would we ever want to move the UI camera? Nothing comes to mind. So that's fine then, I suppose. But we do want to pivot around here. Pivot X. So if we mess around here with the anchors. Anchors? Min max? What is really crazy is that we can, and then the position moves. Yeah, the pivot is definitely not the pivot. This has something to do with something else. Maybe the anchor then. If you put the anchor on X1, minimum X. Why is this changing here? W delta. Oh, this also does nothing. We have to look it up again. What is this, by the way? Blueprint. Edit is if they're not rotated and scaled. This enables snapping too. If they were not rotated and scaled. Raw edit. When enabled, editing pivot and anchor values will not counter adjust the position and size of the rectangle in order to make it stay in place. Stay in place. This again is not the pivot. Why is the game lying so much to us? The game engine lying to us so much. This is really bad, because if we look now for pivot, it's gonna give us this thing, which is not really the pivot here. I just want to rotate it around a point without using the freaking cheat there. Without parenting it to another thing, but that's how Unity works. Probably have to. Which might be actually interesting for all these animations to work a little bit better. Yeah, this sucks. New, create empty. Canvas pivot. Can we not put it somewhere in there? Put it here and then put it there. And then this guy. If we move you to the right. Yes, this works. If we move you to the right 100. If we move you to the right half the width of the canvas. Canvas is 1920, this is all 2K. Just to keep it simple. 1920 divided by 2 is 1000. Canvas pivot, rotation, you go 1000. Let's do 940 for fun. Wait, where are you going? Why are you now? What happened? Completely broke apart there. Oh, we're doing the rotation. Oh, right, we're doing the rotation. Excellent. Good. So you go, let's say 940. Oh, this is far. This doesn't seem right. So the canvas width and height has nothing to do with the position. So we have to do it approximately. We do not like to do that. Position. Want to know the real width of this. There is no telling. Alright, so there is no telling, yeah. Good, so we go approximately over here then. Let's do it. This looks like it would be exactly 100. 100! And then the canvas goes position minus 100. And then we go to the pivot, and then we can pivot. Still not. Huh? What? Rotation. Whoop! And this is more like it. Wait a minute. Canvas pivot. This looks like it takes into account the camera actually. But this is actually good enough. We move this out, and this is good enough. Whoosh, whoosh. We're gonna lerp this over, and then we can see the guy walking here. The character that is being created walking there. So we're gonna lerp it up to 25 or something. Let's put it back to 0 again. We have to derp the button. Player input. Should this not be in the UI here? Fonts, cursors, boxes, backgrounds, race specific. This is just... Oh, this is UI we haven't used yet. This seems to be all graphics, not script. If it takes later player input, so if you go to player input, I don't think the button is here actually. Update, get mouse button, get key down, set active. This just activates stuff. A label text, drop down proper. I think drop down proper. Keep this file? No. Completely forgot about. We rearranged our stuff. Bam, bum, 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 bum. We rearranged our stuff so everything here is somewhere else now. Good. Player input, label text, guard object, a replace font tool. The replace font tool we haven't even showed off. In case you're watching this on the off chance. Tools, replace font, and then we'll pop in the canvas, and it grabs a font, and we can take the Rakus, for example, and put it in, and as you can see, all this font here is going to be replaced, whoops, into something that looks a little bit better. And we can experiment with this, so we don't have to individually click this. The only problem is Unity is not playing ball. So as soon as we play, press play. What now? What happened now? Huh? We just press play and it worked, and now it doesn't work anymore? What have we changed? What have we changed? Camera, canvas, canvas, pivot. That sucks. Layer text started as a layer text 11. Camera main, get component UI control. Yeah? So? Add transform, get component text. Transform, get component text. Label text add. What? We're grabbing the UI control, and then we go to label text, and then we add what is on the transform here. What is on the... Oh, anything that is a label text. This is just a subscription code. Just the main camera guard object should be the main camera. What is the problem? And as you can see, all the is reverting back again. And that's why we don't like doing this. We'd rather be rich and pay someone to do this. Because it does not work. it's very simple. It doesn't work. We replace all this and then we press play and it all reverts back to something. Also now everything broke for some reason. I cannot tell why. So all these, for example, the label things, label texts, they have a label text script, and the label text just subscribes to the label texts list. Easy peasy. Camera, main, get component UI control. Main camera is right here. It's tagged as main camera. We're going to grab the UI control and we're going to subscribe to this list. Why is this not working? Our guess is broken. Our guess is Unity is confused. It's not our fault. Good. Let's restart the editor. Because it did work before and then we changed nothing and it didn't work any longer. Good. Please don't break. This is main camera. And this... Oh, this is also main camera. Hey, we did this, man. What the heck? Untagged. We reverted it inadvertently. That was the problem, I think. Alright, good. So we can play this, and then in the scene we click the canvas pivot, and then if we have the other way, we open up the UI. It's a bit of a trick. We can also replace the font in-game, by the way, if we can find our fonts. UI fonts Baracus here, and the container is anything, doesn't matter. Oh, we already messed up here, but we can replace this. Boop. And this is how it's supposed to look. Also, come back here so you don't. Is it broken? Oh no, we had to put it back into the focus. Alright, and then we can... Oh man, yes. It's so broken. It does not know where to go. All the animations are gone because it's now world space. So we have to redo the animations as well. Oh joy. Oh joy. This works quite alright. But the drop-down animations are completely broken. This must be all local or something, local space. Yeah. So if we were to play now, good. Everything except for the animations works. And then the idea is to click the age up button. And that is so rough. We have this tool here, replace font. We have the container, and then we replace the fonts like this, and they're replaced, man. It's all good, right? We can save and it's all good, but as soon as we press play... Wait, this looks correct now. Yeah, and then we go back like Joe Black and the old font is in again. It works exactly as long as we press play. I don't know what this is. We have the replace font tool here, and it does it, but it does not write it into the meta information. Is what we're thinking. That's the problem. So there is no way. This is way too deep. The functionality is just not complete. I don't know what they were thinking there, but. Sucks big time, simply. Gonna work around, we're not gonna dig and find out what's the problem. Soon we're gonna have 100 viewers and everybody will know. Will know their way around a Unity editor, and they will say, yeah, of course it doesn't work because the meta information is not updated. You have to go into the wizard code and then set dirty to true. Whatever. We don't even know. And then it works. But for now it doesn't work. For now we have to do replace font, give it something, do it, and then we can look at it, how it looks in theory. Genius. Good. Now we have to fix the animation, which is also a joyful undertaking. Drop down proper is, I think, what is animating the things the way the animation. Good. Move time, you say. Elapsed time, data time, transform child and transform. Select if true, get component. Child enabled, just false. Initial get sibling, open close. That's a boolean animate entry, open close. In position, start position, new vector, vertical mount, in position, start position, and then we lerp into the position, except the position must be extremely local. Start position, transform position. So what's the problem? UI camera main gecko UI. Oh yeah, this is UI control. Start position is the transform position of the drop down menu. So what is the issue? Index. Yeah, we have to completely redo the animation. Because the math is but I don't understand why you're not just moving this. Maybe the end position is just wrong. The end position equals the start position plus vertical amount times index. And that is the sibling index. Vertical move amount, start position plus, and then we should just translate this. New vector 0, that is a mistake. End position equals start position. I don't know, this doesn't seem too bad actually. Unity translate object vertically. Transform translate. Move the object forward along the axis, move it forward upward. Transform translate. In world space. Space world. Translate. Transform translate. That is already moving. Seems easier than what we are doing. Start position is a start position. And the end position is just the position of the thing. And then a little bit down. What is the problem? Let's see what might be the problem. Can we click on the object? Just asking for a friend. Drop down container. This is also interesting. Because we have another label type style situation. Drop down container. Rec transform. Drop down proper script is here. Position. So if we move the position, let's press play actually. So that anything we change is not going to be permanent, so we don't have to do things. So this is what we want, right? Whoop. Position Y just goes down a little bit. Is this... we just... yeah, but manipulating this directly is so hard. So what we're doing... what we're doing is we enable this guy via code, and then for some reason it moves it way too much down. But why? It just needs to move down. It's a sibling number 1, so it needs to move 1 time the vertical move amount. How hard is this? Minus 160. It's the height of one item. I don't understand. This should work, except it does not. It moves it out completely wrongly. This is... our vector math is probably wrong. End position equals... the start position is just a position of the transfer. This should not be an issue. And the end position? Hold on. Is the start position always 0, 0, 0? So probably don't need this even. You're also on the drop-down container. Also should not be relevant. Vertical move amount. We can configure this, and we have configured this. Yeah. Vertical move amount. Good. This is just the default value. Alright, move time. So, this is completely stopped again. Start position. It really seems like the start position is always vector 0. We don't understand how it can glitch out like that. Gloop. Let's see what happened here. On the size. Drop down container. Yep. Look at the position. The position X. Why is the position X different? Because we hovered over for a second. Oh, the position X is 0. And the position Y is thousands and thousands of points. It's somehow... No, we don't know. We don't know what's the problem. Let's not even pretend. Position 0, 0, 0. Good. And then you go the 0, 0 position plus this times sibling index. Maybe the sibling index is broken. I don't know. Animate entry. Somebody calls us. Who calls us? Animate entry. We start the coroutine. And then it does its thing. Child gets sibling index. Yes, sibling indexes. Is weird, but we just want to know if our vector math is off. Child gets sibling index. Good, we just want to know here. Good, so if the entry gets... For each central child and individual child, you get object selective child and transform child. Transform child, which one? Doesn't matter. 0. Alright. 1 and 2, because it's always 3. We want to know all the numbers there. Doesn't work. Transform doesn't know. Transform has no child. What, are you crazy? Why do we do 3 here? Good. Transform does not contain child. What? Transform does not contain child? What? Unity transform child. Get child. Get child. Sure. Sure, why not? If you insist, game engine. Cannot apply indexing with an expression of type method group. Yeah. Of course you can't. If you insist... Oops, what? If you really want us to type this out like that, we will. Good. And now we can see this. And we can go there, and we can click. No, our indexing is correct. Our indexing is correct. Just shoots out over it. Does the math wrong somehow. Vertical move amount times index. Vertical move amount is minus 60. Position plus. I think this might be a case of the position gets immediately scaled because it's the child of something that scales, but I don't know. I don't really know. Move time. Yeah, we're gonna sit. Well, at least we're gonna spend some time here. This is probably just the vector math being wrong. It did not used to be wrong when this was just a regular canvas. Oh. as a vector 3. Start position. End position equals if open close. If open close is open, it's just a Boolean. Start position. Vector 3 start position. I wish you could try this out differently. Tell you what is wrong. The start position takes the transform position, and the transform position is probably not the local position. Unity position versus local position. Let's see if we can learn something here. Note that the parent transform's world rotation and scale are applied to the local position when calculating the world position. It will be scaled. Position is where the object is in the world, and local position is where the object is relative to its parent. Relative to its parent. Position is used more. If the parent is at 333 and the child is also at 333, then the local will be 0, 0, 0, because they are at the same position. Local position mostly matters for children. Transform local position. Start position, transform local position. And did we mess up the syntax again? Transform local position, start position. Let's not use a start position. Let's pretend we know what we're doing here. How about that? Good. End position equals, and this open close if else is not good. End position is always 0, 0, 0. And if we move this, how do we do a vector 0, by the way? Unity vector 0. Is it just vector dot 0? Yeah, vector 3 dot 0. Good. So the end position equals vector 3 0 plus, which is the dumbest thing because the end position is then just a new vector, and we put the vertical move amount times the index in it. Yes, it's the end position, and the end position equals a vector 3 0 normally. And we don't need an else, because that's the default. Is it? Well, this thing, yeah, this thing starts over and over if you click it. Good. Index, end position equals just this simple new vector. Alright? And then we calculate the load amounts. You're going to go into the end position. And then we apply the changes. Child position is the lerp position. I think here is the where we should have just put local position. And that would have been all that would be needed to be changed, probably. But of course we don't know. So what's the error? Because we missed something? There's no error, we didn't miss anything. And we're gonna press play. Go look here, click, and it immediately works perfectly. Of course the amount is now a little bit different, but we actually like it better. Guard, transform child out of bounds. Good. Get child at herpaderp. Yeah, this was just for the debug. We don't need the debug any longer. Easy peasy. Good, and redo your thing. Actually restart the thing, and then guard, settler, clone, human, robot, demon, alien, lab. Everything works nicely. What if we were to animate this out and then clicked on it? Yeah, then we have this issue. Popping out like no tomorrow. This is a bit... honestly, and this is popping out too much. But that's a different animation, isn't it? That's the standard hover over animation we have to fix. Very probably. Good. And look at the... Let's look for it. Alright? Let's look for it. We didn't want to look for it, but we're looking for it. Unity editor wizard changing scene permanently. That's what we want. How do you search scenes easily in editor mode? Scripting editor, scene manager, automated. No, it's gonna go. Changing permanently. External script resetting to default at on restart. External script editor. Set your default script editor. Changing editor settings from outside. Scriptable wizard. Scriptable wizard. What is it? How to use it? Scriptable wizard. Runtime is permanent. Scriptable object changes during runtime are permanent. Is there change all in Script which is part of my design? Is it now? Well, but actually, unless you instantiate the scriptable object runtime in editor, you will change the asset file. Build the changes will persist for current game session only. See this thread. Serialize SOC was always no, that's not what we're looking for. Stop scriptable objects from suffering permanent changes. Now we do want permanent changes. Permanent variable change in editor. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. If goal is persisting data outside of play mode, I'd recommend using scriptable objects for this. No, I don't want your recommendation. I want to know how the wizard does it. Learning about scripts is very interesting, but following script work too. Power to enable every to sort of get instance ID to string identify ID or I don't know if ID plus identifier public string ID. Returns to get instance of string. Attributed robot is for unique items that stay forever. My picker script I use require opponent identifiers that don't identify. Show you how to persist data even when close and opening. This. No. We just want to know what the wizard, scriptable wizard. Maybe we'll read the manual a bit more about the scriptable wizard and that's what I try to avoid. Scriptable class, simple use case, script. Two things are happening here. Unsafe changes. Has unsafe change property 2. Has unsaved changes. Where are you coming from? Because that sounds interesting. Is it just something you write here? Enemy display wizard. So please just give a section enemy. I think this is interesting. Has unsafe to word on wizard other button. Has unsafe changes equal false. What is this? Has unsafe changes. Why can you just access this without declaring it? It must be in the editor. If an enemy is selected, we assign the script with its value to enemy script. We also make has under property true. Where? The unsaved the hazard is an inherited property of the scriptable wizard class and shows to the user a prompt to save or discard any changes. Really? If he tries to close the window. Here, because we apply our changes, we make it false. Could this be as easy as having to suffer through another dialogue? That would be very nice. We'd rather have immediately just save it, but alright. Let's see. Tools, replace font. Any container. Are we grabbing the wrong thing? Put it in the right thing. Oh, we have put it on false. Play. Go out, and we're back to the regular font that we do not like. We like the other font better. Good. So we see if it's going to prompt us. By the way, we wanted to know how the toggle works. Toggle is so great. Is a you just do has unsaved equal to and then exclamation mark and then you have a toggle to toggle back and forth. I think that's how it works. Not sure. Good. Doesn't matter. It doesn't apply here because it's not a toggle. Oh, we don't need to press play actually. We just want the wizard. Good. Good. Doesn't ask us. Does not ask us is not good. This freaking does not work. If he tries to close the window, isn't it any property that shows the user the prompt to save it any changes if he tries to close the window? Gets covered as it's opened or is it changed after user is selected in the area. Different for this script we make it as true. A description. A description is a save changes message. Since it's ready to trust the close of an is answer is true. That means that we only need to create one more method. We also don't like the editor to be closing in the first place. Press this button. Why the heck are you even closing? Here on Wizard Create. Because that's the first button, that's the replace button. On Wizard Create, we do all the stuff, and then it just self-destructs. Maybe we need to look into the Unity on Wizard Create method. What do you do? What is this? What is this? 1,000,000 years old? Certain types. Script wizard, display wizard. No, definitely not. Why are there two things? Go additional resources, display wizard. Class with a K. Tile shown, create button. It's the wizard. The on wizard create function will be called. Yeah, it will be called and then closes the thing for some reason. Script wizard, okay, reference, documentation. This is, by the way, a typo. Create script wizard, scripting up here. This is yet another different version. I think it might have something to do with the prefab. But have we not changed the prefab? Oh yeah, we cannot actually change a prefab because there's a prefab has a child. Let's see if we can. Good, editor, 3D non-user interface prefab. Button text. No, we already have this. Why is this not working? Because it's defined in the scene and that overrides anything and everything. But I thought we would, if we replace the font, if we replace the font like this, I thought we would replace everything here. No, we didn't think this actually. Did not think that actually. Because we see it's not working. Image, button, label, there's another label. That's fine actually. That's alright. Button. Rex regular. So it did change it. Good. If we press play, it works. And if it goes back into the editor, it does not work. Maybe we just have to save the scene? And then we press start. And then we have the new thingies. The new font that we like so much. And then we stop and please don't revert back to the old. And you revert back to the old. Drop down button mail, button text. And it reverts back to the old one. I really don't understand. What if we use our wizard to replace the things again? As you can see here, the Poltavsky is going to switch to Arrakis. I want everything to switch to Arrakis. Now, as you can see, the scene does not change, but everything inside of the scene is changed. But it hasn't set itself to dirty. That's the problem. Maybe we should look for that directly. Unity editor set dirty. Editor utility set dirty. Good. Marks target object. The object mark as dirty. Set dirty when you want to modify an object without creating an undo entry, but still ensure the change is registered and not lost. If the object is part of the scene is marked dirty. The scene is also marked dirty, huh? If the object may be part of a prefab, you additionally need to call. If the object is part of a prefab instance, you additionally need to call prefab utility to ensure prefab override is created. Undo record object prior to me. Call prefab instant property modification if the object may be part of a prefab. It is part. Maybe it does set it to dirty, but it doesn't do the prefab stuff. That could be. Prefab utility record prefab instance property modification. That's not complicated at all. Cause modification made to the prefab instance to be recorded. The recommended way to enable instances of prefabs to record changes. A recommended way is a serious property and serious instead of using this method. Use serious enables instance to record changes and automatically includes changes in the undo option. Oh, this is very nice. I have to make a modification to an instance to record those changes in the instance. In the instance. Alright, now not in the prefab. This method isn't called. Changes made to the instance are lost, and changes to the object aren't recorded. Record prefab utility. Scene management, but hopefully we don't need this. Game object transform. So this records the whole thing. Selection active game undo record prefab instance property modification. Maybe it's as simple as this. Who knows? Good. For each text in the text array, text transform. Oh, we have to give you another curly brackets because it's so darn complicated. It's more than one line of code. We don't like it if it's more than one line of code. That's the problem. Text transform. Please record prefab utility. I don't think it uses this, so it's gonna warn us, hey, we're not using actually this. But the editor uses it. Maybe so, alright. So we press play, we press stop, and it didn't save, of course, like we knew it wouldn't. But if we use it now with the new code, the character sheet has all the containers. Oh, it grabs the Rakus. Huh? Oh, that's good. Let's replace. And now we press play, and now we press not play, and it has reverted, of course. You have to set it dirty or something as well. Are we going to do everything in our power to make this happen? You can use set dirty when you want to modify output without creating it, but still ensure the change of text is not lost. You can use set dirty. Set dirty target. Set dirty object target. This is a game object. I have no clue. Is editor utility. Set dirty. Object should be a game object. Unity Engine object is a base class for all objects. We do not know. So you have to call this afterwards, or not at all, because it doesn't work. It is just set dirty, and we're gonna do the transform a game object. Let's see. Editor utility, prefab utility. You don't know. The name transform does not exist. What? What? Oh, text transform. Good. Alright, let's use our fantastic tool. That never works. It grabs the records because something here it does remember every time. But the other things it does not remember. So I press play, everything is fine, we go out and everything is not fine again. How the heck? We do not know. I think we're gonna find out another time because this really sucks. Does not work. Changes revert after getting out of play mode, just for our future self. The following code here does not work. Really sad face. But thank you for watching, and I'm gonna see you next time. Have a good day and a good night.